Hello friends and welcome to my kitchen, something that's easy to make without too much fuss. On the menu, spare ribs with homemade barbecue sauce. The main ingredient will of course be the pork spare ribs. They're quite plump. Net weight, 1 kilo 3. I'm saying net weight, but with the bones it will be a lot less of course. And for the rest of the ingredients, everything is here, so you can take a photo, that way you won't have to worry. The sides will be potato fries, made from russet potatoes. They've been peeled, washed, and dried. Here they are. Of course, the oven has been preheated to 350 degrees. First things first, let's start with the base of the barbecue sauce. Red onion. Red knife, of course. Let's cut our red onion, like this. Put the onions in the bowl, and another. One more. Not too small. Put the garlic in, like this. For the spiciness, we'll use a bird's eye chili, like that. Add in some olive oil. Do a tourne et retourne. Lift the spare ribs and pour the onion and garlic underneath, like this. We're done with the bowl. The spare ribs can lie back down. Add some olive oil with the help of a brush. The brush can go in the sink. Add some salt. And put the tray in the oven. This will take 45 minutes, but once the garlic and onions will be caramelized, I'll take them out to finish up the sauce. And we're off. Meanwhile, we've got plenty of time to prepare the fries. Bring the potato over, and a bowl here. Russet potatoes have a yellowish flesh, so we'll be using our yellow knife. Give it a flat base so it doesn't slip. Turn it, cut two. You can cut them in big enough chunks. Flat base, cut two. Put the potatoes in the bowl, and keep going. Flat base. Meanwhile, I'll preheat the deep fryer. Let's keep going. Flat base. We're done with the yellow knife. To cook them a first time, I need it to be at 170 degrees Celsius, just to blanch them. So they'll be pre-cooked. The oil is at 170 degrees Celsius, so it's hot enough. The temperature will lower once we put the fries in. Let's go slowly. Do a tourne et retourne. I'll cook them in 2 batches. Shake them. Do a tourne et retourne. This will take 3 minutes. After about 3 to 4 minutes, they should be ready. Bring the tray forward like this. Shake it. The yellow knife wants a taste. Perfect. The oil will rise back to 170 degrees and we'll cook the second batch. The fries have been pre-cooked. When we finish cooking them, the higher temperature will make them crispy. The oil is back up to 170 degrees. Let's go. 3 to 4 minutes later, they should be ready. Our tray is back. Shake the fries a little and turn off the deep fryer. Set it aside. Now that we're done with the fries, let's move on to the sauce. Place the tray here. The onions and garlic have caramelized. Grab a spoon, a jug. And don't forget the bird's eye chili. Here it is. Let's grab it all. Put the spoon in the sink, turn the spare ribs like this. It can now go back into the oven, like this. We're now done with our gloves. Put the garlic and onions like this. Add in some red wine vinegar to cover it, and some more. We'll use our miracle device and mix. That should be enough. And tap. We won't be tasting it, we can set it aside. Let's move on to the sauce. Turn the heat on high and wait until you reach 200 degrees. We're now at 200. Add in some maple syrup, about 1/4 liter, and let it simmer. We're going to be making a sort of bigarade sauce, which is also known nowadays as gastritis. You should wait for a light coloring of the edges, almost caramel-like. The maple syrup is starting to brown around the sides. You can now add in your vinegar. I meant your vinegar with garlic and onions. Grab your spatula and let the vinegar reduce. Do a tourne et retourne, stir it evenly, and reduce. It's almost reduced by half. Let's transfer it. The sauce is red, which is perfect because my pot is also red. Turn the heat off for now. Bring the pot forward, rubber spatula, and pour it in like this. Scrape down the sides, and tap. The rubber spatula in the frying pan can go in the sink. Heat on high. Once it will start to boil, I'll add in my crushed tomatoes. It's starting to boil. Add in 1 liter of the crushed tomatoes, and rinse the jug. Add in some vinegar. And put the jug in the sink. We can now let it simmer for 15 minutes. Stir it, do a tourne et retourne. Seeing as it's a sweet and savory sauce, you can now add in some salt. The consistency is perfect. The color is too. Let's taste it. Impeccable. Let's now wait for a syrupy consistency. 15 minutes later, the barbecue sauce should be ready. Indeed, it's ready. The spare ribs should be too, so we can bring them out. The oven can now be set to the salamander mode, like this. We can now take the spare ribs and turn them over. They're perfect. Everything should be ready. Turn the deep fryer on full blast, and with a small ladle, keep stirring it. Grab a red plate so you don't make a mess, and cover the meat. It's beautiful. The consistency is perfect and preservative-free. Impeccable. Put your glove back on. We can put the spare ribs back in for about 2 minutes. We can now turn the heat off for the sauce and set it aside. Of course, I've made way too much. I'll be freezing it into little pots. 2 minutes have passed. Remove the ribs from the oven. Cover it with sauce and make it even. The spare ribs can go back in the oven another 3 minutes. The oil is at 175 Celsius, so it's hot enough. Remove the kitchen paper towel and place the fries in the basket, like this. This should take about 2 minutes. That way they'll get crispy. You can do it tourne et retourne. After 2 minutes, you can turn off the deep fryer. Bring the bowl forward, lift the basket, and shake it. Impeccable. Do a tourne et retourne. Add in some salt. Some issou. For those who are new here, you can check out my video on how to make issou. Shake it some more. And you can remove the kitchen paper towel. Bring the spare ribs out of the oven. Here they are. Now we can plate up. Cut the spare ribs in between the bones. One like this, and another. A third one, like this. As for the fries, they're super crispy. Add some on this side. Add some more here, and that's enough. Maître d'hôtel, the order for table 55 is ready. Order up. Thanks to those following me from Tahiti and everywhere else. See ya, bye!